In 2023, I wanted to be everywhere. I wanted to do everything. I had a huge to do list. I was planning my day, my week, my year, and even next 5 years. But yet, here I was, not even able to complete the things I wanted to do in a day. Does that sound like you? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Saad, and today we are going to cover a very important topic: how to create balance in your life with all the other activities that you have. In this video, I'm going to go through the learning that I had from my life lessons, and the last one made the most difference in my life. So stick around, get a coffee or a tea, and let's dive into it. Defining success, a personal perspective. Let's start with the very basics. What is success? We usually think success is all about making more money or getting that promotion or getting some kind of growth in our career itself. It doesn't really has to be. Success is multifaceted, and it is not only about your career achievements. For me in the past, career was something that I was always focusing on or investing in making money. But now it is more about personal growth, your relationships, and also your well-being. It doesn't really necessarily has to be your career. It is about maintaining a balance between the wheel of life. Back in 2023, when I started feeling burnout, I realized that the other areas of life are equally important. My physical health, my personal goals. I was just trying to do too many things in too much of a short time period. We have to really divide and conquer the day and focus on one thing at a time. Therefore, this is where I realize I need to define what is success for me. And you will also need to do the same. Truly define what is success for you. Therefore, to be successful, one need to define what truly is success for them. And I want to encourage you to define success for yourself, which is deeply personal. Once your success is defined, only then you can move to the next step. For example, for me right now, I know my success is around getting to know how to do better analytics, how to be a better manager, and really improve my career in that direction. I know what kind of trainings that I need to do and what kind of knowledge that I need to gain. And this is exactly what you need to do. You need to ask this question: what is success for you other than your job title? It is important to identify what success really is for you. So ask yourself this question: what does success look like for you outside your job title? And if you have already figured out what success is for you, put that down in the comments so we can know. And to give you an example, for example, I know for next 1 to 2 years, what I really want to do is become a better analyst, get more hands-on as a manager, and look into product management and get the product owner certifications. This clarity has helped me get to know what kind of trainings I need to do, and this is how I want to progress it. This is how I will define success for me. And the other success criteria for me is to get a regular audience on YouTube. So do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you will not miss anything that I will upload on the future. Point number 2, the myth of time management. I have been there where I wanted to just check off all the to-do lists and looking busy all the time. This doesn't really help. Eventually, you're going to get burned out and you won't be able to achieve a lot of things. Along with this, it's not only about time management. You also need to realize that it's also about energy management. So if you want to do a physical exercise today, maybe you can skip the walk in the morning. If you have too many meetings in a day, maybe divide them into 2 days. The truth is, along with time and energy management, you really need to prioritize depending on what impact a task is making. Is that email that is really bugging you really that important? Is that email really going to move the needle in the direction where you want to go into? Is that meeting really important? Unblocking the things to your success. You need to define and use the Pareto principle, which states that 20% of the apples will give you 80% of the results. So you have to prioritize depending on what really success means for you and which are the things that you have to say yes to. You need to prioritize depending on the impact, not on the urgency. As already mentioned, what is even better than time management? It is the energy management. In one of my favorite books, Atomic Habit by James Clear, and also the book Power of Full Engagement by Jim and Tony, they all talk about peak performance and optimization via spiritual, mental, and physical energy versus time management. Therefore, along with booking your calendar with the daily reminders, for instance, if I know in the evening I'm going to go into the gym, I will skip my morning walk. I will have a focused time where I can focus on one thing at a time and then have a time slot where I will take all the energy draining meetings. And this is how I can create a balance in a day where my physical, mental, and emotional energy is getting divided into different tasks and getting well managed. Learn to say no. Saying no is not about being rude. It's about saving your physical and mental energy as well as your time. So, when you are saying yes to something, that means you're going to say no to something else. You need to be aligned that the things that you're saying yes to are the ones that are moving in the direction that defines the success for you. Prioritize based on impact, protect your time, and manage your energy. Tip number 3, finding your harmony, that work-life harmony. So tip number 3 is all about finding the right flow in your life. If you are going to have a flow that you're going to follow, this is going to conserve energy and conserve your ability to make decisions. For example, if you go, get up, take a shower, go to your office, get done with your work, go to gym in your block time, come back, learn German language, and do YouTube scripting or whatever you want to do, you're done for the day. And if you do this for 3 to 4 days in a week, this is the flow that will make you have that harmony that you need in your life. Though it is important to break rhythm, but it's also important to have some days where you have this harmony and you don't have to make extra decisions and just go with the flow. I have learned that when I'm in the flow, I'm able to be more creative, I'm more relaxed, and I'm also more productive. I do not need to squeeze work into every day. I just go with the harmony. And I'm able to deep dive and focus on one topic at a time. And I do not need to push in work in every second of my life. It doesn't feel like work, it just feels like a flow. In fact, I have learned that balance comes from creating the harmony between your personal life and work. And do not forget, flexibility is the key. A typical 9 to 5 job doesn't work for everybody. It's best to look for an option where your hours are flexible and you can also do work from your home. And this is where the harmony can be created. And also do not forget to take that one day off in a week. And what do I mean by that? So in a week, there needs to be a day where no work is scheduled. For example, in Germany on Sundays, it is a rest day. You're not even allowed to do drilling in your house or vacuum because it can create noise and disturb your neighbors, and they can even potentially call the police. Therefore, find that day where there is no specific work to be done. Just follow your energy, just follow your soul, and let that energy lead you in that day and go with the flow. So let's get practical with some of the strategies that actually work for time management. One thing that works the best is having blockers of time. You can use your calendar, Google Calendar, or anything where you block the chunk of hours to do a specific task. The early morning are usually the good focus hours where you have a lot of energy. You can block that to do some focus or complex work that you have at work or at home. Then you can have a 1 hour blocker for lunch, and then you have a couple of hours where you will attend all the meetings. And then few hours still left to do some errands at home so that you're back home on time to get a good rest and a good sleep. This helps me to stay focused on one thing at a time and avoid the chaos of multitasking. Another game changer is batching the similar tasks in one chunk. So if you have to go through some documentation, read emails, and make some calls, I will chunk them all together in a couple of hours so that I can have a similar energy flow and conserve that energy. It's all about splitting them down into small chunks and getting those done. When I was early in my career, I was overwhelmed by these big projects, a lot of complexities. And the key was to break it out and go one step at a time. I remember early in my career when I was trying to write a script to run a macro on Excel sheet where it would gather all the information from different sheets, copy it into different cells, and once a few of the cells actually needed to get overwritten and do some complicated calculations. And I was struggling with this for like 3 weeks. And then my manager saw me struggling, and then Konstantin suggested to break this down into steps. For some reason, I was trying to build this whole flow in a one go. With one click, the whole automation would happen. But 3 hours later, I was able to split this up into 3 steps. And with those 3 clicks, and within 30 seconds, the whole sheet was getting updated. And that day, I realized the importance of splitting the bigger problems, and I have been doing that ever since. On tip number 5, I cannot stress this more that you cannot pour from an empty cup. If your mental and physical health is not matching with the energy that you need, or you're not taking care of it, you're never going to achieve the goals that you need. So this is really important to maintain a good balance. For me, this starts with taking care of your physical health. You need to exercise, you need to eat well, take all those proteins and fibers, your vitamins and all the pills, and also to get good sleep. I have found out that when I feel physically good, I'm able to achieve more in all aspects of my life and also feel more confident. In 2023, when I was feeling burned out, the first thing I did was to apply for a 6-month unpaid leave, which gave me the room to spend time with my family, look into my responsibilities, and work on my mental and physical health. There's always time to build your career and make money. But self-care is not all about just your body, but it is also about your mind. You can achieve this by meditation or prayers, and this is what really helped me to stay grounded and thankful and be very mindful. And do not forget nurturing relationships. Make sure you're spending time with your friends and family and relatives, and build that support system around you that will help you to achieve your goals. So tip number 6, embrace imperfection. In past years, I have spent so much time trying to make the perfect videos or perfect work or the perfect flow, but that perfection never exists. It can take forever to be perfect. The more important thing is to be consistent. Take smaller steps versus one big perfect step. Each step, no matter how small it is still a step. For example, for creating a YouTube video, I split it down into smaller steps. So there's ideation, scripting, video recording, and then editing. With the help of these steps, I put my best into what I can in the time that I've allotted myself and get it done. As Elon Musk says that if you give yourself 3 days to clean a room, you will take 3 days. But if you give yourself 30 minutes, it will get done in 30 minutes. So time slotted, give your best, and do not pursue perfection. So tip number 7, the most important one, spend on yourself. Money versus time and energy. I remember back then when I started in Germany in the early days, I used to save everything. I would clean my house even after getting married. I would rather save on everything. We were traveling on buses and trains. We would clean our toilets and kitchen ourselves. We are going to do the grocery every third day. And of course, since I was saving money, I didn't buy any car either. So it would make my arms go numb when I would just have to walk 10 minutes in minus 2-3 degrees in winters and go back home carrying those heavy duty groceries. But this strategy did make sense for me for a while. And where was I investing? I was investing into stocks. I was investing in building a house. But back then, I didn't realize how much of mental and physical strain this was putting on my body, on my mind, and in my energy levels. I also realized that with time, when the responsibility increase, you need to start investing in yourself. Buy things, buy services that can help you contain your energy, conserve your energy so that you can spend them on the things that matter for you. Back then, I was hardly spending any time on leisure or comfort for myself and for the family. And I would even start wearing clothes that didn't fit my friends because I didn't want to spend in buying new clothes as well. So I was still in that super saving mindset, which did work in those times, but it doesn't really work when you have more responsibilities and you need to, and also when you're getting old, right? So when you're getting old, you also need to see what kind of energy levels that you have and how you have to manage it. As you get old and you make more experience, you start making more money as well and spend that money wisely to make and bring comfort in your life. Therefore, now I spend more on myself and my comfort. And I have a budget each month where I spend 20% into these categories. So 20% of your salary goes to your rent and all that and paying the bills. 20% goes into investing. So I'm still investing. It's not that I'm not saving anything or something like that. 20% goes into buying some kind of cool gadget, something that will help me in my success, in the criteria or in the target that I have to achieve. 20%, the rest goes into buying food, clothes, and all the leisure things that we need to do. And the last 20% goes into traveling. Because traveling also brings in so much experience and broaden your mind. So I didn't want to ignore that category either. And now our groceries are getting delivered at our home. We are taking taxi more often. We are ordering food from outside more often. I'm getting one cool gadget each month. This preserves a lot of energy and time for me, which I can now spend with my family and do the things that I really love. I still keep some amount to invest in my quest to financial freedom. But overall, this is how it is going to be. And now you can do it too. You need to define your budget depending on your success goals and keeping in mind that the older you get, the less energy you will be able to spend. Do the budgeting to create a good balance between money, time, and energy. So that's my ultimate guide in creating a balance between life and success. It's about finding what really works for you. How do you define success? And how can you create a good balance between life, energy, and time? And prioritizing what truly matters and preserve energy. It's a journey where there is no one size fitting in all kind of a solution. This has to be a personal. But with the right mindset and strategy, the balance is totally possible. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell button so you do not miss my future videos. And if you have already made a strategy that has helped you in your life, let us know in the comment below. And also like and share this video with your fellows. And if you're struggling to find what really success is for you, or to create a balance between life, energy, and success, then let me know in the comment below, and I'm here to help you. Cheers, and see you in the next video.